I spent 2 years learning copywriting, sales, marketing, and coding, made $0, and then learned one thing, made 10K in 2 months. So here's what nobody tells you, right? So everybody say that learn a high income skill and you'll be rich. So I did. I spent 6 months learning copywriting, 4 months learning sales, 8 months learning marketing, took a coding course. I spent even, I think it was 6 months learning how to trade. I designed the courses, everything. The result, bro, nothing. Nothing happened because here's what they don't tell you. Skill don't make you money. Skill help you solve expensive problem that makes you money. And those two things are completely different things, all right? So let me explain. So here's a trap that everyone falls into. They think if I'm good at something, people will pay me. I don't know. It's kind of sounds right, but it's essentially wrong because the world is full of talented, skill, broke people. If you just go on Fiverr right now, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have better skill than you, better copywriting, better knowledge, better at everything, and but they get paid way less than you. So amazing writer make about $5 a month, and incredible designer or just work for exposure. Brilliant developers stuck at 60K a year. So why? 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 Because skilled people are being valued for being skilled. I mean, being skilled and being valuables are not the same thing. So, for example, you can speak English. I can speak English fluently. That's a skill. But nobody paid you for speaking English. You can type 80 word per minute. But that's a skill. Nobody paid you for typing fast. You can solve math. That's a skill. But nobody is throwing money at you for solving equation. So skill or are commodities. That's something that you have. But problems are opportunities, all right? So stop asking, what skill should I learn next? Start asking, what problem can I solve? And that's the entire game. And like I said, at the start, you need to learn the skill, but learning the skill won't make you rich. It's solving the problem that make you rich. So once you have learned a skill and master it, you have to master that skill. Then you start using that skill to hunt problems. So here's a process that I go through to find people with problems. Step one, find a group of people with money. It's not people who need help, people who have money and a problem. So, example of that would be business owner, real estate agent, doctor, lawyer, therapist, blah, 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 a bunch. All of them have money, and they also have problems. And I'd identify their expensive problem. So not just any problem, an expensive one. So um, something that doctor have a problem with or a lawyer have a problem with is I don't have enough time. That's a very, very expensive problem, isn't it? Because if you don't have enough time, you can't complete your case, you can't treat patient properly, and that might cost a lot more money down the line compared to, oh, my website is it's ugly. Sure, it might help to improve it, but it's not expensive. Something like for business owner, like, oh, I'm losing 550K a year in mislead. That's very, very expensive compared to, oh, my logo need updating. That's not expensive at all. So talk to them and ask, what is costing you the most money right now? What would be worth it to fix? Something that I do, that I ask is, hey, what's keeping you up at night? And someone will be like, oh, yeah, something that I've been thinking a lot about was that a lot of my leads that I spent thousands and thousands of dollars marketing to are not responding after the first messages. Okay, and that's a problem that they are losing money with. So what you need to do, solve it with the skill that you have, right? So this is essentially a part that people miss a lot of the time about skill. You don't need to be best at the skill. You just need to be good enough to solve someone's problems. All right. So an example from my businesses was we're not getting enough qualified leads. And guess what my solution was? WhatsApp outreach or SMS outreach. I didn't need to be a master marketer. I didn't need a degree in marketing, and I didn't need 10 years of experience. I all I needed was how to learn how to find phone numbers, send automated messages, and book call. That's it. Three simple skill that maybe a 12 years old could learn in a week. Same thing with SMS. I don't need to learn every platform there is. I need to learn the platform that solved their problem. And it helped to be so niche because when you're so niche, you said, "Oh, um, I've solved. I can do email, SMS, blah 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 for this much a year." But if you go in like, "Oh, this will only work if you do SMS automation, for example," and only I can help you SMS. I'm the best at SMS. Guess what? They'll pay more for an expert than a jack of all trades. It's as simple as that. So it really is easy math. All right. So if you're stuck at thinking, oh, what skill should I pick? Here's what I recommend you do. There's a lot of useful skill and a lot of skill that are just meh, whatever. So a couple of skill that are you might think it would be useful to pass, but now it's just kind of fade away. So here's the hierarchy of skill. I kind of vote. So tier four, you have data entry, basic design, um, and essentially virtual assistant. These pay, I don't know, 5 to 20 hours. These are the job you get in the office. You go help them on a phone. You enter data on the office. These pay very low, 5 to 20 an hour. The reason is millions of people can do them. It's just really that simple. I can pick up data entry in less than, I don't know, an hour of learning it. Tier three, something more technical, a technical skill, coding, be advanced design, video editing, copywriting. Those pay a bit more, maybe $50 to $150 an hour. Why? Because fewer people can do them well, and then you have That's what they pay more. All right. Tier two, business skill, sales, marketing, strategy, operation. Those are the head of businesses. If you can learn how to do sales and close client, they'll pay you a lot for it. The reason why they pay you so much more because these skills directly impact revenues. So if you complete a sales with your sales skill, then make money. It's just that. And tier one, all right, is identifying problems and solve problems, creating solution, like I said, solving the problems, communicating values. Communication is very, very large because a lot of the deals are missed through bad negotiation. And like I said, just a higher level from sales is closing deals. That's why you have the people that do the sales. Like initially the sales, like, oh, you talk to them initially, get them on a call, talk to them, the prospect, and you have the closer. That's what the closer are being paid a lot. Because you can close, you can pay a percentage value of the deal. They create leverage for the company. So pick skill that you enjoy learning and get better at. So that's pretty much what I've done. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Pick a skill that you enjoy learning, and that will help you create leverage through your life. So here's just a quick action plan that will help a lot of people, for at least for me. So here's what you want to do this week. Find market good money. Call them. Interview 5 people in that market and ask. If some people just say, "Oh, who are you?" Say, "Oh, I'm a student interviewing for a paper that I'm writing about this type of industry. Would you mind if I ask a couple questions?" Ask them, "Oh, what's your most expensive problem right now? Oh, what's keeping you up at night?" And then identifying the pattern. So, what problem do a lot of people mention now? They were like, "Oh, it's hard for me to find leads." Like I remember when I started with the um, business broker industry. I was like, I can help you find buyers. Like, oh, no, 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 I don't need buyers. What I need is sellers. I have a problem finding sellers to actually sell decent businesses. Okay. And that's your opportunity right there. All right. And all you gotta do is design a simple solution. You need to be an expert in anything to solve their problem better than what other people are doing. Just slightly better, just even that's just a tiny bit better. You can go look at a competitor. What I did was I went and looked at a different website that would provide lead for the business broker, and I was wondering, what why aren't a lot of business brokers succeeding, even with these big ass uh, company that are providing lead from? I'm like, oh, the way that AG's lead are distributing lead are very, very weird. Because every 2 or 3 months or so, I get a ping about a lead, but that lead is always terrible. Because uh, and then if I don't close it, my reputation in that system goes down, and I get less lead. So I say, oh, that's the problem. Their company. What if I'll become their only source of lead and provide them only the lead in that city, so they have exclusivity over the lead. Once you have developed a solution, offer to one person. That's what I did. I offered to my first ever client. His name was Steve, and he was like, that sounds pretty good. All you gotta do is just keep providing the lead, and I'll pay. And if they pay, just repeat, repeat. So the goal is not to become the most skilled person in your field, but become the one that solve the most expensive problem, right? That's basically the game. You just need to be someone who can solve other people's problem. Other than that, that's it. If you want to get 5 to 10 qualified client every single month, automated, so you don't have to lift a single finger, so you can spend more time focusing on actual lead that will close, check out my auto seller generation system below. This is something I've been using for the past 2 years to get me and myself client, and it have worked for everyone. I want to see if it worked for you. But other than that, later.